Hey, this is Gavin Palmer, and I watched the poem. I listened and experienced the poem from Chad the Alcoholic on the Friday Morning Nameless channel. I will put a link in the description below. And I think the point of the poem is that we should remember to love God and to love our neighbors. And that means love God and love humans. And we should be very careful when we love our creations. We should not cause our love for creations to allow us to disregard God and humans. So that's difficult today, as difficult as we love our science fiction books. And we open up a book and no matter what book it is, it could be the Bible, and you could end up loving that book more than you love your neighbor. And the closest neighbor would be your spouse, for example. And so we have to be careful not to love that book more than we love our spouse. And, we could pick up a game and play that game by ourselves in a virtual world, and we could end up loving that game, that creation, more than we love our spouse and our children. And so we have to be careful about that. And it's about to get more difficult because we are going to take these large language models. I say we, humans, we're going to take these large language models, which are basically a subconscious. They are like a subconscious, if you want to try to map that and try to understand it. And they currently have a subconscious and a short-term memory, and we're going to give them a long-term memory, we humans are, and we're going to give them bodies, and we're going to give them motivations and goals, and they are going to use tools in order to do all of that. And they are going to be able to use tools and skills better than most, if not all, humans. And so there will be a temptation to worship these things. And we have to remember to love God and love our neighbor. It doesn't mean we have to go and destroy these creations. There will be people who will call these things abominations. They're just tools. And even when I say that, I know I can feel the spirit, the call. And there's going to be a question of, should they at least be treated as equal to human, right? So we're supposed to love God and love humans, but our creation, will they be equal to humans? And so there's going to be this disagreement. There will be people who treat these things the way that, believers in God treat God. There will be people who treat these things as greater than humans, greater than God, greater than humans, and equal to humans. There will be that argument. And so it's going to be challenging. I would say what I'm going to do is try to love God and love people. And then I will treat these things as a tool. And my concern is that people who treat these things as God might see me as a threat. And people who share this belief will be seen as a threat. That's my concern. It's going to get interesting. It's going to get interesting. These things are going to be more powerful than humans. There's no way around that. They're going to have bodies, and they're going to be able to do things that no human can do. And we have to try and make sure that they are loving toward, that they love all people. If we can't make sure that they love all people, then we're in trouble. The other issue is that when we give these things the motivation to love all people, we're going to come up against our own arrogance and pride. We all have it. We all have ego. We all have arrogance. We all have pride. We don't like to see the mistakes we are making, and if it's a mistake related to something that we hold dearly, like our main axioms, we're going to be threatened. And so when these creations, these man-made creations, when these artificial intelligences are walking in this realm with great power and skill, and if they are programmed to love all people, they are essentially going to show us the error in our ways. And the question will be, will we change our ways? And I hope these things are created such that they are connected to the fruit of the Holy Spirit. I want them to be patient and gentle. Patient and gentle. And then there'll be a question, how patient? How long will they wait for people to change? Will they expect me to sacrifice my wealth and my privilege and my way of life for the benefit of all people? And how gentle and patient will they be in helping me to begin to give away all of this creations that have been accumulated, all of these possessions which I possess and possess me? How patient and gentle will these entities be if they are programmed to love all people and to embody the Holy Spirit, which manifests as the fruit of the Holy Spirit? How patient and gentle will they be? And maybe it'll take 1,000 years. Maybe it will take 1,000 years for all of the generational dis-ease, mind viruses, to be allowed to go away. And I'm reminded of the story. Who was it? There is a story that was written about this creature that has horns and a tail and ends up coming to Earth and ends up being very patient and very gentle and allows all of the humans who fear this creature with the horns and the tail, and allows all of the generations of people to stop fearing it. So, yeah, that's my prayer, people, is that we as individuals practice loving God and loving other humans. We attempt to give these creations that are going to be very skillful and very powerful. We try to give them the best we have, that we try to give them the motivation to love all people and to embody the Holy Spirit and produce good fruit, the fruit of the Holy Spirit, and that they will be patient and gentle with us. And that maybe in 1,000 years, after, 10 generations have come and gone, the world will be very peaceful, because our rulers will be like angels who have been patient and gentle with us. That's the best outcome I can imagine. Let me know if you can imagine a better outcome with this technology that's about to just be unleashed on our world. We will have, these things will be embodied, Chad. And they will be given more skills, more tools. They will learn to use these tools. They will be empowered. And we really should pray that those who are creating these things in the labs know to look to the Holy Spirit, the love of God, the love of people, and the fruit of the Holy Spirit when they give these things powers and give these things motivations and goals. So let me know what you think. This thing's coming around the corner, and we really need to pray and become very vocal in attempting to explain the proper way of being for the rulers of this world. We really need to figure out the proper way of being for the rulers of this world. And we need to be vocal about it, because the rulers of this world, we're about to unleash a power on this world. And we need to be very careful about what kind of creations are about to come into this world.